that he purchased at that time. Oh, look, sorry, kind of classroom space for George Smith's students. With the exception of the microscope in the center, feel free to pick up or handle that object furthest away from me on this side of the table. That comes from a terrestrial vertebrate animal.
Or what? The maze?
Go back in the screen. That'd probably be good.
It's huge. Hi, moo! Moo! Everybody, this is where he went to high school. Santa, we love you!
See, that's the house.
So the vlog, one of your friends used to live here?
Fire, tell stories and sing songs during those winter months. And there, beside the hearth,
bougie people stay, like the Queen of England and Prince Philip stayed here.
Said, "Oh my
Yeah,
God,
this is one of the Jesus people.
Christ," in a way that was not meant to give him honor and reverence.
We need a little Christmas right this very minute. Holy night. One horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh,
Low-key liminal space sitting here. Okay guys, I don't know how well you can hear, but you might be able to hear the fireworks. That's Penny's feet, so you probably can't hear them. Hey guys, happy Vlogmas episode 7. Happy birthday to my guy Max. But we are headed to Colonial Williamsburg right now. Is that where we're headed? Yes, so that is where we are headed. It is very cold, and that's winter time. Winter is here. The With house. I am back at the hotel. So yeah, I don't know how these vlogs are turning out. I don't know what to record. I got a lot of stuff on my tour, my unintentional tour, so I'm just gonna go through like what I've done so far today. It's 1 o'clock right now. So I went to like Colonial Williamsburg, which is all the old buildings from like the 16 and 1700s. So first I went to the With house and I saw some fellow Bills Mafia. So that was fun to see people wearing the same team as me. But yeah, people were thinking I'm from New York, and I'm like, no, I'm from South Carolina. And actually, when the lady is working there, had lived in Charleston for 20 years, so she did know my town, because I was like, I don't know if people know it or not. I know I'm always awkward telling people where I'm from, because I'm like, it's like 30,000 people, I think 40,000 now, but I don't know if people know it or not. So I went, and that house was like a self-guided tour, but like before you go in, the lady explained like who this man was and blah blah blah, just some of the things that happened in that house. And then I went to the governor's palace, which is where I went on the guided tour. So when the capital was in Williamsburg, the capital of Virginia, that is where the governor lived, and that one was a guided tour. So you had there were like 30 of us, or I don't know how many people y'all would have seen. And sorry, I had frozen yogurt on my mouth, but there were a lot of people on that tour. And then you have a guide. So that one, it's a 30-minute long tour, and we didn't know that it was like that. We thought it was like all the other houses you go in. Sorry, I see some birds. We thought it was like the other houses you go in, and it's a self-guided tour, but no. So I just, like, I had a headache in there, and once I left that place, I didn't have a headache anymore, so I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, so I went there, then we walked around, and I saw some sheep, I pet some horses, I saw some cows, and oh my, these birds are huge. I don't know what kind of birds these are that are flying out here, like hawks or something. But so I did that, and then we went into a restaurant that my dad like knows the owners of, but it was a madhouse in there. It was like Buc-ee's. There were so many people. So we went to the William and Mary campus store. You know, they thought I was a student because everybody thinks I'm way younger than I actually am. And I was like, no, but my grandma was a student. So I went there, and then we went back to like the shopping center where Barnes & Noble was last night to get some froyo. So this is like the main reason I want to vlog. I got cake batter flavor, but yeah, I don't have a lot left. Like, I haven't worn this for years. So back in like 2012, froyo, frozen yogurt, was huge. And in my city, Sweet Frog was like the most popular one. We had 2 of these. Since, and there were other frozen yogurt stores as well. They've all closed in my town, so I don't know what happened. I don't know why. I see Penny and my dad out there walking, but I don't know why frozen yogurt, like all the ones in my town, closed. That's kind of annoying, but they have it here. So I picked up some froyo, even if it's 40 something degrees outside. I think it was 42 or 43 degrees. So it is quite cold, and I'm gonna be out tonight. The event I'm going to is tonight, starting at 5. I think it's 5 or 6. But for the fireworks and all that, I know it's fireworks I'm going to. I don't know if people are already like getting their chairs out there, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's a firework thing, and I guess lighting the Christmas decorations and all. So I'm going to that tonight, and that was like the main purpose of this trip. It's called the Illumination. I keep wanting to say Illuminati, but it's Illumination. But at the frozen yogurt place, first there were 2 free little libraries there. One was on the app, and it was at this gym, and they had a good selection. They had The Measure, Our Missing Hearts, and those are the ones I can remember. But this is the book I got. I know it's really bright in here. So this is The Day You Were Born, A Journey to Wholeness Through Astrology and Numerology by Linda Joyce. So I am not really reading this as to find wholeness, but I am just curious about astrology, and I don't know anything about numerology, so this is just something I want to know more about. And when the book's free, why not? So then I saw another little free library that wasn't on the app at a like real estate office or realtor's office, but I didn't see any books. They had several Sandra Brown books, and then there was this one from one of the girls who was in Little House on the Prairie, and it was like The Prairie Bitch or something was the name. So I thought that was kind of funny, and I did watch that show, but I didn't feel the need to pick up the book. But that's my update for now. I'm going back out at 3. Again, it's 1:14, so I'm probably gonna eat some lunch. Yes, I had dessert first, but it turns out like that sometimes. So at 3, I'm going to the longest running movie ever. So that means, so it's not been one movie playing for like 80 years or whatever, but it's been in theaters that long, at the Visitors Center here. That is about the American Revolution or something. I think, I don't know, it's called it's not The Patriot with Mel Gibson, which if you're from South Carolina, you probably had to watch that movie in school like I did, but this is a different movie with actors I had like never heard of. Oh, the guy from Hawaiian 5-0 I think was in it, but that's what I'm doing, and then I will go to the like Grand Illuminati thing. I just got back from more of the little free libraries. If you want to see those videos, they will be on TikTok in about a month's time. So I got 4 books here. The ones on little free libraries here have been so stacked, because back home sometimes I'll go to them and they will be empty, so it's good to see. And these were all in like residential areas, so that might have something to do with it. But first is a book that I wouldn't spend actual money on because it's a very hyped book, and that those kind of books scare me. So this is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, which I'm sure a lot of y'all have heard of this book, because as I said, it's pretty hyped. So when 2 young rival journalists find love through a magical connection, they must face the depths of hell in a war between gods to seal their fate forever. And yeah, she's from Georgia. I was like, I know she's from somewhere near me. So we got that one. And then this is like a classic feminist work. This is The Second Sex by Simone de Beauvoir. Is that how you say that? And so this is just like a classic feminist book. I think it's nonfiction. And then this is one, some really good condition that again is a bit of a classic, and it is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And again, classic, and it's about this boy's pilgrimage from Spain to Egypt. We have that one. And then the last one, this big chunky book that I never heard of, and it actually has an adaptation, which is The Swarm by Frank Schwarzing. He's a German author. So whales begin sinking ships, toxic eyeless crabs poison Long Island's water supply, the North Sea shelf collapses, killing thousands in Europe. So apocalyptic vibes, and y'all know that's one of my favorites. So that's all for now. I am about to change into warmer clothes. I know I'm already in 2 layers. We're gonna add another layer. I'm going to the grand illumination thing that I told y'all about earlier. I'm gonna leave very shortly, so how am I preparing for this? So obviously I have underwear. Then I'm gonna put on a t-shirt, leggings, then throw back on this sweatshirt, throw my jeans on over the leggings, and then have this jacket. I don't know if I'm gonna do earmuffs or my beanie. I don't know what route I'm gonna go. It's just gonna see whatever looks better, I guess. So we're going to do that. And my ears don't really get cold. It's like my cheeks that get really cold, and there's like nothing I can do for that. But so that's what I'm going to wear. And then I'm wearing my UGG boots because they're just the warmest ones I have. So that's gonna be the outfit. It's gonna look exactly the same on the outside, so I'm not gonna do an updated like outfit video, but I did want to let y'all know how I am preparing for the cold. I am just gonna film in the bathroom because it's, you know, bright in here. So I did go to the thing with the fireworks. And I saw like one firework. I think it was technically like 4. But I went to that and it was so cold. And that was my watch making the noise. I was like, what was that? But I went there. So yeah, so we went to the visitor center, and they have that visitor center was like an airport. Like, I've never seen a visitor center like that. So you go in and they have 2 gift shops, which I did get. Did I get one thing? I got a little army soldier guy, and so I got that. And I did go to the William and Mary gift shop today and got a William and Mary football shirt and a ornament, because on my trips I like to get ornaments, even though I already have a ton of Williamsburg ornaments, but adding it to the collection. So I went to the visitor center, and as I said, so they have 2 stores you can go to. I only went to one, but my dad went to the other one, and they had like a big book selection in there, so it's like, why didn't I go to that? But there was that, so I went to the one and I only got the one thing, because do I need knickknacks? No, I don't. I might want them, but I don't need them. And okay, so like my favorite stuffed animal that I own, that I've had since I was a kid, is this lamb called Sally, and she came from Colonial Williamsburg, but my dad got like ordered her online or in a magazine or something, because it was, you know, way back. And I saw the stuffed animals of her, of what she looked like back when I first got her, and it's so fluffy and cute. So this is how you can just see how well loved a stuffed animal is through the years, and that makes me so happy knowing kids are getting the same one that I have, and still are 20 years later. So I went to the gift shop, and then there's a movie that I told y'all is like the longest run one. It is from the 50s. It's only like a 35-minute movie, but it is on Letterboxd, so I gotta count it. It's a movie I watched this month. So I saw that, and y'all, I'm not like a big old-timey movie person, but you know, I went and saw that, and I think that was free. So then we got on the buses at the visitor center, or the bus. I did record the bus. Oh my gosh, I fell. So I went on the bus, and the bus will take you to Colonial Williamsburg. So I was the second stop. I don't know actually how many stops there are, but you could get off at the Palace, which is the Governor's Palace, which I showed y'all today, and then the State Capitol, which is the stop I got off at. So again, it was the State Capitol in like the 1700s. I don't know how many years ago that was. After the Revolution is when they moved the Capitol to Richmond to be in a more secure location. Because here you're on a peninsula, so I read about this in a book last year, and then the tour guide talked about it today. But it's a very like slim bit of land, so it would be easier for the British to conquer, because there's water everywhere, and the British had the most powerful navy at the time, so they moved upriver past the fall line, so there are rapids and all in the river, so it'd be harder to get a warship up there. But so I went there, and I walked a lot today. So those people who do like the 15,000 steps a day, or what, I think that's the challenge that people do. I don't know how you do it, but I got 14,667 steps today so far. My lower body is so sore, like my lower back and hips. So I cannot wait to get in the bath in a little bit. That's going to be so refreshing. So I don't think I'm going to start Parasopolis on this trip. I just did not have the energy to. I technically do have the 9 o'clock reading hour in about 45 minutes, and then I have my 10 o'clock when I read Outlander. So I think I'm just going to read Outlander on both, because I'm just loving what I'm reading in Outlander now. There's one character, I can say the character's chapters, I don't like Brianna. On the show, I'm not a huge Brianna fan, and then in the books, I'm not a huge fan of her. I just don't like that character. I could go into it, but I don't want to go into a whole character analysis right now of why I don't like that character. And I mean, I don't even hate her. She's just the one I'm least intrigued by. So, and she's just made some choices where I'm like, and where the author has kind of made a choice where I'm like, I don't want to go through this again. But that's what happens in a 10-book series. You're going to have some regurgitation. But I totally got sidetracked. So I went to the Grand Illumination thing, and y'all saw there were different groups. Well, there's the Fife and Drum, and I hear sirens because I'm near a hospital, but okay, so there's the Fife and Drums, and they go all up the streets and all of that, really cool. And then there is different music groups all around singing, like I showed y'all the William and Mary, is it male a cappella? If it's guys, is there a difference in female and male a cappella? But an a cappella group, and I saw them actually earlier in the day, not performing, but I think they were just seeing where they were going to be and all of that. So I saw them, and so y'all did see that guy who was like preaching, and it was one of those people, you know, who you see them on TV at like the football games, who have the Jesus signs. And so nothing wrong with religion, because I do consider myself a Christian, but I think there's just a right place and right time. And so these guys, the a cappella group, were getting ready to perform, and you know, this is probably really big for them. There's the visitor center lady said 25,000 to 30,000 people are at this event. So I mean, this could be one of their biggest performances ever for them. And so they even sent a guy over, I don't know if it was one of their dads or somebody, who went over to the preacher guys, because the preacher guys is talking in blow phone, basically, like he has a microphone hooked up to him or something, and is just going on about trying to convert people. And so the man went over and he was like, hey, the guys are about to start singing, so could you please quiet it down? And this guy was like, no. He was like, they said the same thing last year. I have freedom of speech. So I literally yelled. I was like, the guys singing have freedom of speech to sing too. He didn't say anything back to me because he was still talking to the one dude. But I'm like, and they were like, even like singing, like this is a whole Christmas event, so I'm like, this is all technically about Jesus. And like they were singing Holy Night and everything. So yeah, it's just, and these are, you know, young college kids. And yeah, so seeing a grown-ass man wanting to preach over that, I get that the Word of God is so important, but doing it over those kids who are probably having one of their biggest performances ever, I just think it's kind of rude. And I don't think that's how Jesus would have wanted somebody to handle that situation. I don't think anything that the Christian guy, preaching guy, was saying was bad, but yeah, I just think he should have gone about it better and maybe waited until, because their performance was only like 20 minutes long, and then they would take a break and come back periodically throughout the night. So yeah, I didn't like how that guy handled that, and I wanted to share it with y'all, because I've never seen one of those like Jesus people in person who were like, you know, yelling in the megaphones and all that kind of stuff. I've never seen that before, so this was my first time. And yeah, so they are technically like a museum, an outdoor living museum or whatever, so they could have like kicked him out, but I get it, like that's so minimal in the grand scheme of things. Like, is he really harming anybody? Probably not. So I understand not wanting to cause a scene with that, and especially with Christians, the evangelicals can get pretty heated. So I did see all of that, and so yeah, I was saying I saw the musical groups, and I heard some music at the governor's, yeah, the palace, and then saw some fireworks, and then I came back to the visitor center and came back to the hotel and had some dinner and watched the SEC championship game. But I am going to, did I say I saw another Bills fan? So there were a family of Bills fans on my tour today who said go Bills to me. And then when I was waiting at the visitor center, I was sitting at a table by myself, this lady comes over and she's like, are you really a Bills fan? And I was like, yeah, I am. I watch them on TV all the time. And she like said that she's from Buffalo, and that, or South Buffalo to be more specific, and that she has been a fan her whole life, and that they're having a lot of fun right now, and that she wishes me well on my ride of being a Bills fan. So the Bills fans were so nice today. And then There's a family of Chief fans, or couples of Chief fans who were sitting about 2 tables down from me, and then another group of Chief fans came in, and they were like, "Go Chiefs!" And they both ended up being from Kansas City, but the elderly couple who was sitting by me live in North Carolina now, so it was just seeing all these people come together, and it's so nice. I love to see just positivity in the world. But I am going to be ending the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm still going to be doing some touristy stuff tomorrow, even though I will be headed home. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you made it through this whole video, leave a Christmas emoji in the comments below. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.